Hello! It's about time that I come and tell you what I read in September. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Jules. Let's talk about my September reading. If you are new to my wrap-up videos, basically I pop a picture up, I talk about the book if it's not in a previous vlog that I've done. If it is in a vlog, I direct you to that vlog. I will link it in the description. I usually go lowest to highest on my star ratings and just go that way. I know some people do it all different kinds of ways. Some people do it in the order they read the books. I like to just kind of lump mine by star ratings. Let's get to it. This is going to be a quick video because I am behind on vlogging and editing and getting the content out. My apologies. Here we go. All right. So for the month of September, I read 21 books. Of those 21 books, my average rating was 3.76 with a total pages read of, wait for it, 7,777 pages. Like, what are the odds? I will never do that again, but I just thought that was funny. Of my 21 books, I had 9 cozy mysteries, 6 thrillers, 1 graphic novel, 4 fantasies, and 1 mystery, which obviously I have cozy mysteries, but this was a separate mystery. So I had no 1 stars, no 2 stars. I did have a 2.5 star that was a cozy mystery I read. I gave it 3 stars on Goodreads, but I noted that it was a 2.5, and that was A Deadly Grind by Victoria Hamilton. I just wasn't really vibing with it, so that is in a vlog. Also in that same vlog is Cherry Pie or Die. Don't know who it's by CC James. That was just kind of a last minute. I didn't think I was gonna have time to read it. Originally planned on reading it, and I didn't think I was gonna have time to read it, but I did. So it was an average okay time. You can get my thoughts again in that vlog. And then the other cozy that was in that vlog as well is Foul Play at the Fair by Shelley Fradant. Really, that one was a 3.5 for me, but I gave it 3 on Goodreads. So it wasn't good enough for me to give it a 4 star, but enough that I'm intrigued to possibly continue the series. So go there for all my thoughts on all of those cozies. Other 3 stars I had, oh, hang on. Wait. There is another cozy that was in that vlog. I think I had 2 different cozy vlogs that went out. Some of them are in one and some are in the other. So I'm not sure which of those are combined. So just go to the cozy vlogs that I have linked and you will get my thoughts. So then that other 3 star that I gave was This Way to Murder by Shelley Shearer. So again, I don't know which one it's in, but it was a 3 star. Okay. 2 other 3 stars I have are also in the same vlog, and that is my Survive the Night readathon vlog. That is going to be Fable by Adrienne Young. This was kind of like a fantasy, young adult fantasy, I think, pirate. I didn't vibe with it. And then the other one is I Let You Go by Claire McIntosh. And I do enjoy Claire McIntosh's writing. I just didn't really care for this book. So those 2, again, are in a vlog. You can get all my thoughts on those. Then I had a e-arc for I'm scrolling on my phone, you guys, because I don't know authors' names. This is like a super unhinged wrap-up, but it is what it is. My brain is not functioning at the moment. So I had an e-arc for a graphic novel called Heebie-Jeebies by Matthew Ehrman. It was okay. I don't know that I would read it again, nor do I know if I would actually recommend it, but I mean, it was an okay, and it was fast for an e-arc. So here's my review on Goodreads was, 2 newly acquainted, uncool boys are being bullied at school and become fast friends. The bullies tease them for being poor and tell them a story of a treasure hidden somewhere in their school. They trick the boys into breaking into the school to find the treasure and then scare them. The school really is haunted by troublesome ghosts of past treasure hunters who met their end while searching for the treasure. The story just takes you along on their adventure looking for the treasure while trying to figure out why the ghosts are trapped there. The dialogue isn't the best and the story seemed disjointed at times, but the graphics are pretty good. This has a Casper-esque feel to it, not really spooky, but young readers might enjoy it. It was overall just okay, but not one I would probably recommend my friends to pick up. So there you have it. Okay. Then I read, for my in-person book club, we read All the Colors of the Dark by Chris Whitaker. This book was entirely too long. I loved that the story is based out of Missouri, very close to where I'm at in Missouri, within like 2-3 hours in different areas around where I'm at. So I don't know about anybody else, but I love reading a story when my home state or towns close to mine are mentioned in a book. I love that. I love the idea of the story. Basically, a guy and a girl are friends. The guy witnesses a girl about to be abducted, and he saves her, and then he gets abducted himself in the process of it. He's missing for a little while. So then his friend is like, we have to find him. There is a serial killer out and about, and it just follows. The boy does end up getting away. The serial killer also gets away. When the boy was held captive, he said there was a girl with him that was always there comforting him, getting him through whatever, and he wants to find her. So the book is literally his obsession with finding this girl and also the serial killer. And he paints, and he's a really good artist, and he paints what he thinks she looks like and paints what these other missing girls look like. And he like goes and talks to parents of these missing girls, and it's a good story. It's just too dang long. There's just too many timelines that it jumps back and forth between when they were younger and now, and then different perspectives of those. So you've got the girl's perspective, the guy's perspective, the other girl's perspective, and when they're younger. And then you have all of their perspectives like when they're older in a different timeline. And all these people. Anyway, it was just too much. So overall, if the book had been maybe 200 pages shorter, I probably would have loved it. It just was too long. My last 3-star is Home is Where the Bodies Are. It's really 3.5, but gave it 3 on Goodreads. It probably would have had a higher rating if it didn't start so slow. Like, it was really just kind of a slow start for me, and I didn't love that. So we're following some siblings. There's 3 siblings, 2 sisters and a brother. One of the sisters lives with the mom who died, and then the other sister and brother come back to help. The sister has had a drug problem before, and then the brother wanted to make more of himself and just like kind of left. Anyway, they're all back going through stuff to try and clear out the house, and they come across a box of VHS tapes. They're just going to watch some old home movies of all of them and just kind of reminisce. And then in one of the videos, they see something. They see a dead body, which is of a girl who went missing a long time ago, and their parents in this like video clip. I'll give specifics of it, but basically the mom had a new camera and was video recording, and a shot got captured that they did not realize was captured in this video. So then the kids are like, oh my God, did they have anything to do with this? What happened? And so it's basically them trying to figure out, you know, what happened and where this body is. Home is where the bodies are. Anyway, it was a pretty good time. Moving on to my 4 stars. I have 8. 3 of them are cozy mysteries. I don't know if they're all in the same vlog. Like I said, I had 2 cozy vlogs last month, so they're going to be in one or the other. The first one is Get Away with Murder by Diane Kelly. This is a Mountain Lodge mystery. I had such a good time with this one. Really enjoyed it. I'm continuing in that one. I'm going to read the second one actually here pretty soon, probably in November, and then read the third one in December. So it was a good time. The second 4-star cozy is The Body in the Bookstore by Ellie Alexander. This is her brand new cozy mystery series. It's a secret bookcase mystery series. It was such a fun time. They had like this murder mystery festival, and so definitely go get my thoughts on that. And then the third 4-star that I had that's a cozy mystery was Homicide at the Haunted House by Beth Dugner. This is such a fun time. It's kind of cheesy because you know none of it's going to be real, but it's just such a fun time. So the town where this series is set in is called Nightmare, Arizona, and there are real things like werewolves and witches and gargoyles and all the things. This is the first in the series, and it's based around a haunted house, inside a haunted house. And it is definitely has Halloween vibes and was definitely a good time. So I am going to continue in this series for sure. My next 4-star is Phantasma by Kaylee Smith. This book was a wild ride. It was crazy. And I don't know, I think, okay, yeah, this is also in my Survive the Night readathon. So you can get my thoughts on that and what it's about. But just real quick, what my Goodreads review says. Wow, this book was wild. It's like a combination of the TV shows Lucifer and True Blood and a Saw version of the Hunger Games. So if you like any of those things, you would probably like Phantasma. It was a good time. My next 4-star is The Final Gambit by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This is the third in the Inheritance Game series. This is also in one of my vlogs. I think it's in my Survive the Night readathon, maybe. It wouldn't have been in a cozy vlog. Pretty sure it's in my Survive the Night readathon vlog. But obviously, it's the third in the series, so there's not much I could tell you about it anyway. Just know it follows along some of those main characters as they're on, like, different games or clues that they have to figure out, continuing on in their story. So, I'm having a good time. And I'm actually getting ready to read The Brothers Hawthorne, which is the 4th book. Not really connected to it, but it's the next book, you know, following along some of these same characters. My next 4-star is Killer Instinct by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. Another good one by her. I really like Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This is the second in the Natural series. We're following a group of teenagers who are working together to solve cold cases, but then active cases happen and they end up needing their help on it to help catch a serial killer. So it was a good time. Another 4-star is ACOTAR by Sarah J. Maas. I had a good time with this, but it's definitely different than Throne of Glass. And that is the series I started with. So, obviously did not like it as much as Throne of Glass. So, ACOTAR is kind of like a magical Beauty and the Beast retelling with fairies. It was pretty good. It was okay. That's why I gave it 4 stars, because I was like interested in it the whole time and it was fun, but I've heard the second one is different storyline completely, but is good. So we shall see. For some reason, I'm just not itching to pick it up. Like with Throne of Glass, as soon as I read the first one, I was like, I need to read the second one, and then I need to read the next one, and then I need to read the next one. I'm not getting that vibe with this series, with the ACOTAR series. Don't come at me, anyone. So I will pick it up this month because I am doing the monthly read along with Chloe. But yeah, just not as thrilled to pick it up. And then my last 4-star is First Light Wins by Ashley Elston. This was surprisingly a good time. I got this from Book of the Month just because it was the thriller pick. So a lot of times, even if it's not on my radar, if I see a thriller book that sounds interesting from Book of the Month, I'm going to get it. But I just had been putting off picking it up. And so I finally just put the audio on hold on Libby and it came available. So I was like, okay, I'll read it. And it was surprisingly a really good time. So basically we're following a girl who, when she was younger, basically had to, steal to live, basically, because her mom wasn't kind of worth anything. And so she basically did what she had to do to survive. And she gets in some trouble and she gets bailed out by Mr. Smith. So she has caught the eye of Mr. Smith, who thinks that she could work for him, acquiring him things that he wants. So basically she never met him, and it's kind of like a heist type book. So basically he gives her an alias. This is where you need to go. This is who you need to be. This is what you need to acquire. And then she does that different jobs for him. And so we're following along one of these jobs that she's on. And, she's with somebody and she really likes this person and wants to be with this person. But she has this job that she has to do too. So anyway, it's a pretty good time. Like I said, I'm not typically into heist type books, but I really enjoyed it. And moving on to my 5-star, I had 4 books that were 5-star. 2 of them are cozy mysteries, one's a fantasy, and one's a thriller. So the two that are cozy mysteries, I have Midnight Snacks Are Murder by Libby Klein. This is only the second book in the series, but the first one was Class Reunions or Murder. It is one of my all-time favorite cozies now. It's so hilarious and funny, and the second one was just as good as the first one, I thought. It's the Poppy McAllister series. In the first one, Poppy went back to hometown for a class reunion. The queen bee popular girl died. It was fun. There was just a lot of banter between her and her friends. It was so funny. In this one, in Midnight Snacks Are Murder, she's staying with her aunt, and they are going to turn her aunt's home into like a B&B. And so she's there. They're doing renovations, and someone is sneaking into people's houses at night and like eating food and taking trinkets and things. So it is just really funny, them trying to figure out like who's doing it, what's happening. Can't tell you a main funny part about it because that would give it all away, but just know I love the series and I have a great time with it. And then the second cozy that was a 5-star is A Call for Kelp by Bree Baker. This is number 4 in the Seaside Cafe series. I love this series. I'm reading one book a month with some of the other ladies in Hannah's Cozy Comfy Book Club. This series is just hands down so fun. Every wrap up I do has one of these each month. I just gush about them because the characters are so lovable and relatable, and they are just so fun. So if you have not read this series, you should read this series. It's such a good time. And then another 5-star I had was The Last Time I Lied. That was a buddy read for Jess's Paw Print Pals, which Jess moved over to Patreon, so there's not a Paw Print, everybody's Paw Print Pals. It's her Patreon. So we read that. I read that around the time I did the Survive the Night readathon of hers, and it was a reread for me, and I can say that I enjoyed it better the second time around, and I bumped my star rating up. I originally gave it 4 stars, but when I reread it, loved it, had an even better time. So we're following a girl. She was at camp when she was little. The girls that she bunked with ended up going missing, so 3 girls went missing. They never found them. So now as an adult, she goes back to that camp as a counselor. Well, not really a counselor, but like as an art teacher at the camp. And then history starts repeating itself with some things. So it's a good time. It's definitely one of my favorite Sager books. My last 5-star was Kingdom of Ash by Sarah J. Maas. It was the last in the Throne of Glass series. I was sad to see it end. I'm sad that it's over, but this series is so good. Kingdom of Ash was so good. It was the longest book I think I've ever read. I don't know if it needed to be that long, but it was still okay. Like, I was still okay with it. Like, I enjoyed all of it. It was fantastic. So, if you have not read any Sarah J. Maas, Throne of Glass would be a great place to start. That's where I started, and I loved it. So that is it, you guys. That is my wrap up for September. We are already halfway through October. I don't know where the heck the time is going, but it is going quick. And my October wrap up is going to be in early because I'm going on vacation. So I'm already going to have it done and set to go out when I'm on vacation. We leave for Ireland in 3 weeks. Just under, a day under 3 weeks. It was 3 weeks as of yesterday. So there are still plenty of books that I want to get read in October that I have not got to yet. So let me know in the comments below, did you read any of these books? What was your favorite book you read in September? And until my next video, friends, be yourself, be awesome, be kind. Bye.